Hey everybody, this is Nikki with Delicate Tension Tarot. Welcome. This is going to be a reading for the zodiac sign of Pisces. This can apply to your sun, moon, rising, or Venus, or if you just kind of have a lot of Pisces placements in your chart. Let me see kind of what I'm feeling out for you guys at this time. Got a lot of tension in my shoulders, so I don't know what you're carrying. Or I don't know what you're trying to carry. I don't know if you need to carry it anymore. It feels like a lot. I actually feel a lot of pressure on my shoulders right now, so I feel like I'm carrying the weight of the world at this time. Shake it off a bit if you can. I don't know if you can though. I feel very in my head about this feeling. It's like, how? I don't know how. I don't know how to get this weight off my shoulders. I don't know how to stop carrying this burden. Okay. So let's see what's going on for Pisces through from September 15th through the 30th. What is going to be going on for Pisces for September 15th through the 30th? First card out, we have the Magician. That's actually pretty beautiful energy. Now, the Magician is an interesting card. First off, he is someone who can create. He can create with the tools that he has around him. He doesn't necessarily need much. Quite ingenious. At times too, because he is a magician, he is known as an illusionist, so he can be very masterful in the art of misdirection. Which is kind of it can be a very sneaky and sly energy. This person can manipulate others into either doing what they want without the person even realizing that they're doing that. It's a very masterful art. So if this is you, be very mindful about your intentions behind what you're doing. Be very mindful if you are in this energy at this time. If this is not you and this is another person, also be mindful. Be open your eyes a bit, right? Because whatever the burden is, I don't know. Maybe the burden is attached to the experience. Maybe the burden is attached to... Maybe this is you trying to figure out and manifest a way to get this weight off your shoulders. If it is that, you know, because the Magician can be a very positive card, you very well might be successful in doing that over this next 2 weeks. We're gonna go a little further into this and see what else we can figure out here. So what's going to be the next card for Pisces for September 15th through the 30th? That is way too many. Pull in your energy a bit, okay? That was a lot of cards to kind of just flip over all at once. So just focus. Pull your focus in a little bit. I think it'll be easier for you to manifest or bring about whatever it is that you need to bring about. Once again, way too many cards. Okay. So what's going on? What's the next card for Pisces for September 15th through the 30th? Okay, I feel like I need to say this right now because of how this is going with my shuffling. If you have a trick up your sleeve, it's almost like the sense of not showing all your cards, right? No more cards are wanting to come out, and if it is, it's a shit ton of them. So if you're not playing all your cards at this time, I don't know how much that's going to serve you. I don't know how much it's going to help you out. Let's try this one more time with feeling. What is the energy for Pisces for September 15th through the 30th? There we go. Thank you. 7 of Cups. Ooh. Once again, this is that feeling of how do I do it? How? Look at all this stuff that's in front of me right now. Look at all these things that I have to focus on emotionally. Which one do I choose? Where does my attention need to go? Where do my emotions need to be focused or directed? All of them look good. Each one does hold something different that you desire or want. But you can only pick one. You can only pick one. If you really want to be in this energy of bringing forth some form of a manifestation of something that you're really wanting or desiring and putting kind of all of your energy and power into, you have to, you can only choose one. And that's difficult, right? That's confusing. That's a lot. That's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of weight. So let's get the final card, and here we go. There's the cup. There's the 1 cup. And behind it, we have King of Pentacles energy in reverse. We'll get into that in a second. I am curious what the clarifier is going to be on that. So with the Ace of Cups, like I said, there's that choice. You're choosing that cup, right? You're choosing the thing. You're making the choice. You're choosing the 1 cup. You're trying to clear through the confusion and you're choosing the 1 cup. However, with the King of Pentacles in reverse, now with reversals, I never necessarily see that as a negative energy. I see it as a block. I see it as something that maybe you're still trying to reach it. It feels like you're still trying to reach that point. King of Pentacles is very solid, grounded, stable energy. This is somebody who, lack of a better phrasing, has their shit together. I do feel like you making this choice is you attempting to get to that. But there's still a little uncertainty here. I really think you need to reconnect with your motives. There is a bit of concern here for me with the Magician and the King of Pentacles in reversed. So we're going to pull some clarifiers here to see what's going on. Let's see what's going on with the Magician here for Pisces for September. Oh. And the Magician clarified by the Magician. Okay. For this, towards the end, I'm going to pull one more clarifier for that because that's very strong energy. The Magician clarifying. The Magician is very masterful, creative energy. Like I said, still borderlines on the manipulative. But because neither of them are in the reverse, that's a very positive sign. You're pulling all the stops on something. I think too, you possibly could have put a lot of energy and effort into manifesting whatever this is. Maybe if this is another person that you're dealing with, maybe it's you trying to get some clarity so you can just follow this 1 cup instead of having these 7 in front of you. We'll have to see. Clarify the 7 of Cups for me, for Pisces. Oh, all right. 10 of Swords. Yeah, I think you're putting an end to this confusion. I think you're tired of being confused. I think you're tired of having so much on your plate. I think that's the burden that I'm feeling in my shoulders. There's so much that you're carrying. I do think that you created this. That is quite possible as well. With the Magician and the Seven of Cups, it's quite possible that you could have been pulling in a lot at once, right? You know how to manifest and get what you want. You know how to bring these things in. You know how to pull them in towards you. But then when they're there, it feels like a trap, right? There's a trap here. And if it isn't that it necessarily felt like a trap, I think all it was is that it's very smoke and mirrors energy too. So there was probably a lot of information that wasn't at your disposal, and it was causing some emotional confusion and conflict because maybe there were other choices out there that were, I don't want to say vying for your time and energy, but it just is there. You have a lot going on in your life. I think too, you have a lot of things that are wanting your time and energy, which even brings in more confusion. But this is ending. With the Ten of Swords, this is ending. The confusion is ending. And I think it's one of those things where it's like it has to. I also think that with the Ten of Swords, this is the ending to a cycle. I'm probably going to end up, I don't know. We'll see with the next set, but this is very interesting. So let's see what's going on with the Ace of Cups and the King of Pentacles in reverse. All right. Seven of Wands energy. Ooh. Okay. Queen of Pentacles wanted to kind of pop out there too. Interesting. So we have a nice little dialogue going on here. I'm gonna clarify the Magician one more time, or the Magician on the Magician. Let's clarify the Magician on the Magician for Pisces. Okay. So you've got the Two of Pentacles and Judgment. This could be having to choose between two individuals. This could be having to choose between two different paths. What is more stable for me versus less stable for me? I have two new beginnings in front of me. Which one am I going to take? Which one is actually going to bring me balance in my life? How? Once again, how? How am I don't know how. I don't know how. I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do this. I think there's some fear and trepidation here too. Actually, no. I don't necessarily think there's fear and trepidation. I think maybe you're not feeling as certain of yourself in terms of this choice that you're making. I think maybe there may be some concern here about, you know, let's say here's you coming in with this offer and it is very emotional. This is some effort here. This is some trying, but it's almost like with the King of Pentacles in reverse, there's the question of, is it good enough? Is this good enough? And with that dialogue, you know, it's kind of like this is coming in towards this energy here, and you have the Seven of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles, and maybe this is what you're choosing. Maybe this is what you're moving towards, or someone is doing this to you. This can also be somebody doing this to you, where it's this energy of, you know, if I make this offer and you're worried about it being good enough, or if somebody is making this offer to you and they're worried about it not being good enough, there's this fear here of, okay, are they going to be on defense? Or maybe feeling like you might be on defense. It's very possible that you might be on defense too. I do see a lot of energy here of somebody understanding their power and understanding their capabilities here, because there's really nice energy here. But at the same time, I can feel the heaviness and I can feel the conflict and I can feel the emotional underpinnings and the heaviness of either what it is that has been transpiring or recently has transpired. I really, let's see what this cycle is that's ending with this confusion. There's way too many. What is the cycle here that's ending with this confusion? Ooh, okay. We have the Three of Swords and the Two of Wands reversed. I think maybe the issue with this cycle here is possibly feeling like you always make the wrong choice. Maybe it's being concerned about that once again here, now in the present. Maybe it's you feeling like you made a wrong choice. Because I do feel like like I said, there is a lot of motion involved in this. I think there's just so much energy put into this. There's so much energy here. I'm just going to go ahead and kind of close this out with a overall general energy message. We have written. Those would be too many. One more card, please. And we have rebirth. Written word might be, it could be something that's important to you, or it could be something that you need to do. Writing could be important at this time. Trying to write, or maybe trying to put your feelings on paper. Or just putting this on paper. I think maybe it's even about weighing out the pros and cons, right? But with rebirth being here, there is this beautiful energy, especially because judgment is about rebirth. I mean, it can be about the final judgment call of a thing, but it's also about the resurgence of an opportunity. And I see that as well paired with this Ace of Cups energy. And in the end here with these two individuals, there is some mirroring going on, because it's both people trying to show up in the same way or in the same energy, right? They're trying to be in earth energy. They're trying to be stable. They're trying to be grounded and solid with the way that they are either approaching this situation or moving forward within it. But there is hesitation here from someone. And if it's not necessarily hesitation, I just think it overall is this energy of still how? Either how do I do this, or how do we do this? I don't think it's as hard as you think. That's something I really just felt and heard. There are things in this world that can kind of defy logic and time and space. I think there's more to be seen here. I think the next 2 weeks is simply just a part of the process. And to be perfectly honest, I don't know how much, if any, communication I see here. I think it is possible within the Ace of Cups, but that's just the start, right? I mean, maybe that's the release of the emotion. Maybe that's the recognition of how much emotion there is. It's the beginning. It's the rebirth. It's the understanding. It's the awakening process. It's waking up to how you feel. And possibly even waking up to what you really want or need in your life right now. And I'm not, you know, I do know with that Pisces full moon that we just had, I'm not quite sure for how it was for those of you out there. And if you did go through some emotional stuff, or if you did have a lot of things that came through that really triggered some emotions, you know, feel it. Let it kind of just move through you right now. Because I think the other issue here is I think suppressing it will only cause more confusion. This really is a time to be feeling right now. It's a time to be really acknowledging the way that we feel. And it's time to, even if we're not necessarily talking about it, it's just time to acknowledge it within ourselves. Because at some point, certain things in our life have to change. You know, we have to let go of the things that are mentally plaguing us. We have to let go of the things that keep causing this kind of, you know, 10 of Swords or 7 of Cups energy. That's a lot of emotional and mental shit. So just do the best you can right now. I do think there is positive things coming up, especially with the whole rebirth card and just, you know, you lining up with an individual and kind of mirroring the same energy. I think things will be revealed in time with that. Like I said, there is kind of this fear of this defensive energy, or just this fear of maybe the type of response that'll be received, either, you know, if you were to approach this person or they are to approach you. Maybe this is how they could be feeling. The roles can always be reversed in these readings. You know, I hope this helped some of you out there. If you have any questions or you're curious about having a personal reading, you know, if this situation fit with you, you can contact me at delicatetensiontarot@gmail.com. Thank you for joining me, and, you know, take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next month.